Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And of course, welcome back to our post match reaction to Liverpool losing by 4 goals to 1 against Manchester City. Um, again, I think I've run out of excuses for this Liverpool side. Um, in what was a pathetic performance. Like, let's not get this twisted in any way. Look, Manchester City were by far the better side than Liverpool today. And again, it wouldn't have mattered in other certain elements or other situations around Liverpool. But again, today it's just, I think we all have this hope and expectation. For, like, international break, the boys can come back, perform pretty well, and then we have that level of performance yet again, and you're like, what's the point? What is the point of this season? The boys have given up. Jurgen's given up. I think we speak about, and obviously there's a poll in the chat down below as well if anyone's watching live. What is the expectation now for this season? Is it Champions League? Is it Europa League? Is it no European football at all? What can Liverpool achieve? The hope would still be Champions League, but if they're going to be playing anything like this, like today, then Liverpool have absolutely no chance of getting European football next season, or Champions League football, at least anyway. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments. And as well, if there's anyone new around here as well, please don't forget to hit that like button as well. Don't forget to hit that share button and hit that subscribe button if anyone is new around here. Anyway, and obviously, big thank you to all of you guys as well that are new to the channel as well. I think yesterday, we had like 4 people subscribe as well. So again, big thank you to all of you guys as well for obviously liking and sharing. Because again, I think all of us want this season to end. And apologies if that side of my green screen looks a bit sunny. Again, I live at the back of my house, and the sun, for some reason today, just wants to come out and say hello. That it can't, again, it can't make my day any happier because again, it's been awful. Top 4 is over in my opinion. Let's just not embarrass ourselves anymore, please. As well, says Zane. I think we're far past that now. I think pretty much Liverpool are at the stage now where come Sunday, we could lose 3 in a row. Obviously Chelsea away isn't going to be the nicest of games coming up. You've obviously got Arsenal at home. Then it's just going to be one horrific week if it goes the way that it most likely will go as well. And look, I'm smiling, I'm optimistic in terms of those games, but I don't know why, because the performance again today, as Brian said perfectly there, it was pathetic. Even with Liverpool being 1-0 up, City just dominated them. Again, it was practically like a training session for City compared to Liverpool, which again we were fighting for our lives at some stages of the game when Liverpool did want to fight at times. But again, if it wasn't for Alisson again today, I think Liverpool would have conceded 7. Like, if I'm being totally honest, as well. But they just give up. Yep, 100%. All right, fella. Hello, Tom. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day. Disappointing lot as well, says Jack. Cop out? No, not yet. Be happy if we didn't get European footy. Don't deserve it. It means even more games, but revenue will cost a hit as well. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? If the club was okay in terms of, could we buy players without any form of European football? No, I don't think so. Especially the players that we're meant to be going after. And even the Champions League money, that's going to be a massive hit for Liverpool. Because we'll have a look at the league table in a moment, but excuse me, like, even looking at it, it's not. Again, it's not the prettiest sights, is it, chat? I think when we look at it as well. So, even today's just been horrific, and as as Phil just said as well, was today an April Fool's prank? I wish it was. I wish it bloody was. Phil, again, if that's just the entirety of the season, though, isn't it? It has just been one big, massive joke. And again, I, just looking at the league table now, of course, like Liverpool, I'll quickly get it up for you guys now as well on SofaScore as well. But again, we currently look at the league table for Liverpool, and again, I just fully expect us not to be anywhere near the top four. Like again, Liverpool had our opportunity, we had our chance in terms of being fourth in that regards. Like you look at it now, again, Liverpool 42 points, obviously with Brighton and Brentford drawing 3-3 just now as well. Again, what are we? We are. I don't even know what we are. What's that? 5, 6. Again, 7 points away from fourth, with what, one game in hand on Spurs. But then again, the likes of Brighton and Newcastle have 2 games in hand on us. So again, I think there's probably like a 10% chance Liverpool get Champions League this season, because we've said all season long that we've expected a dip from the rest of the teams, but realistically, it's the only team that are falling off at the moment are Liverpool. And it does just feel like that we have just given up. We're just like, okay, we'll do whatever this season. We'll do what we usually do, and then we'll play the same football even though the football is crap. And like for me, I said yesterday, I think the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-4-2 was probably the best way to go against City. The problem was when City took charge of the game, we didn't change. We should have gone back to the 4-3-3. Even took off like Harvey Elliott, Gakpo, for example, brought on James Milner, and just solidified it. But instead, we didn't do that. And again, I don't want to say James Milner in terms of like, oh, bring on Milner, but who else is there? There was Arthur Melo there. Like, Jesus Christ, he's an absolute abysmal as well today. Klopp said it himself. We were lucky they wasn't in a greedy mood. Yeah, exactly. Like I think when they went 3-1 up, I think they were like, okay, we can relax now because we know Liverpool aren't going to come at us. Like Mo scored that goal, and Liverpool had one shot on target for the rest of the game. One shot on target. That's ridiculous. So bad. So bad. We go on about midfield. We go on about defensively, but going forward as well, just nothing there. And yeah, Liverpool could have been 2-0 up before obviously City equalised, but it's still not good enough for Liverpool. Like we've said for like the last couple of days, the fact that Liverpool are on top of the form sheet in terms of the top four, like facing each other, and of course that's a massive positive. But you look at the away record. We'll even look on SofaScore now. Like, I think you could even have a look as well. Yeah, like Liverpool are 13th in the league. We've got, Jesus Christ, just looking at it, it's abysmal. Let me quickly take down Brian's comment. This is the away record: 14 games played, a -10 record, and 12 points all season away from home. Like, that's unacceptable. It is so much unacceptable. And again, that it falls down to 2 things: Jurgen Klopp and the players. And look, it's a mixture of the two. It's Jurgen tactically, and it's obviously the Liverpool players. Because you look at it again today, and as you guys have mentioned, Liverpool give up. It wasn't good enough from Liverpool today. And you think, you have to hype yourself up to play Manchester City. We've been fighting, toe to toe with City over the last 4, 5, 6 years, and today it was probably the most easiest game for them. Liverpool looked a shell of themselves and didn't look like competing whatsoever. I think even Jurgen said, I think 4 players had a okay game, and the rest of them, I don't know what to say. Like, if the manager's saying that, then you look at the Chelsea game. Surely you drop players, but he won't. That's the annoying part about it. And again, I haven't been critical of Jurgen so much because again the players haven't been performing to their standards, but again it comes down to it now where it's a mixture of both of them. It's a mixture of Jurgen, it's a mixture of the players as well, and it's just all mixes in with one another because again these players don't care. Like, you look at the players that come on today, Arthur Melo, look at him shaking hands with Pep Guardiola and said he scored You then got Trent, not what did he do? Shouting at Jurgen in terms of someone would he press and so on, and then decided to jog back. And I think what was it? I think 2 phases after that, City go on to score. It's not good enough from these players. It's time and time again with the same players over and over again. Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, again the midfield not good enough, but it's just over and over again. These players are doing the same thing over and over again. You could probably put a clip together of Liverpool's games that we've lost this season, and it would be identical to what's gone wrong this season. And it's not good enough. And surely the analysis team, Jurgen himself, Pep Linders, surely they must realise that they are doing something wrong in that regard. And again, obviously, I know some people are joking with Klopp out in the chat, but there are genuine people who want Jurgen Klopp out to the club. I don't get that personally. I still think he is the best person for the job at Liverpool, but I do think that you can critique Jurgen in such a way where you can ask him questions and still believe in him, and that's what I think needs to be asked about Jurgen in certain situations this season, like again against the big teams and against the lower teams as well. And I just think that if that doesn't change, even with the rebuild next season, again, Jurgen's going to be the one that's going to be losing the job. And again, I don't think that's right, because I think, again, he deserves a rebuild. He deserves to take this club forward. But FSG are that dumb that they will listen to outside people and go, oh yeah, maybe it is time to say that's it. That's what I'm worried about. Again, we've said that and again, plenty of people have said that Jurgen's got enough credit in the bank, and I agree, he does. But the problem for me is when Liverpool might be at our lowest, I'm afraid these owners might do something stupid. That's what I have a feeling for. And again, I just hope that isn't the case. And again, I hope that next year, or hopefully this season, he can get Europa League at best. But even next summer, like in the summer and during next season as well, I want Liverpool to be back where we was, Champions League football, and just fighting. Because this Liverpool side at the moment, there's just no fight in it. Like there's nothing at the moment, and it's very, very frustrating. Very poor, mate. Very effing poor as well, says Doug. I would agree. Klopp acting the players, deserve players throwing him under the bus. Yet again, only so many times you can go again with poor players. I agree, 1,000%. I think when you look at it, like you look at the players that he was talking about in terms of, good, an okay game. Ali, Ali, Mo, maybe. And I'm struggling to think who the other two was, who Jurgen thought had a good game or an okay game. I don't know who, but for me, the only one that can realistically hold his head up high is Alisson again. Because, like I said, if it wasn't for Ali, it would have been 7. And even still, again, with me saying that again, 4-1, it's not good enough. It's really, really not good enough. Too many miles on the clock. Jack as well. Yeah, but then in saying that as well, Bry, you're then looking at people who, well, not people. You're looking then at how do you replace those people, and you can't. You can't do it in one season or one summer, at least anyway, in Liverpool's terms, in that regard. But at what point do we hold Klopp responsible for those humiliating losses? When does he get to accountable? He should completely render issues, and then the same people rebuild our team. I would, again, you can criticize Jurgen, and I absolutely agree you can with, and he has to take some form of responsibility. But as we've mentioned, when you're working with the same shite, or like week in week out, what more can you do? Like with and this is the thing, it is Jurgen's fault. You look back to the summer, in terms of a midfielder, all summer long, he said that we did need a midfielder. We didn't need this. We didn't need that. He was wrong. I think he openly admitted he was wrong, but it was too late. And I think Jurgen was told before the World Cup that there would be nobody coming in January. I think he was told that. So we've had to put up with the same midfield from last season and Arthur Mello, who has done nothing at the club apart from getting injured for what 4 or 5 months. And the thing that's a little bit annoying me as well is the fact that the sporting director situation, that's the main thing that's bothering me at the moment. When we're hearing, I think it was yesterday, I think David Lynch mentioned the fact that Liverpool are going to be looking for someone that's well experienced in the role. And I'm like, well, you should realistically have that nailed down already. Like, it shouldn't be a quick fix up. Liverpool knew that, of course, Michael Edwards was going and replacing with Julian Ward. Liverpool then found out probably around August time, was it? August, September, October time, like Julian Ward was going to be leaving, and there's still no real conversations around the sporting director. It's just like, oh yeah, we've got a plan for the summer. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and that's it. For me, what's been so crucial for Liverpool over the last 7-8 years is the fact we've had a manager, a sporting director, and one or two other people, working all together to build a dynasty in that regard. And now those people behind the scenes are leaving, and there's nobody to replace them. And again, I just think it's very much annoying in the sense of we need, again, the ownership situation that that was a massive curveball. And the fact that there's been no sporting director talk for me is a big, massive worry, because by the looks of it, they don't even know who's going to be in the job next as well. But club is done, says Rick, as well. Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. Klopp deserves the chance with new players, but he absolutely responsible for the share of this. Yeah, absolutely. And I think he's already admitted that, to be fair. Again, not for me particularly to turn around and go, oh yeah, like 100%. He's like, oh yeah, I take responsibility, shove it underneath the carpet. But I think he has to take responsibility, because we can complain about the investment, we can complain about the players coming in, but we can't have any excuses for the poor performances time in, time out. Because you look at that squad today, that's mainly a team that was fighting on all fronts last season and now can't do anything. And that's the thing. If Liverpool lost, that is the real worry for me. If Liverpool has lost 4-1 today, and we fought our hearts out, and it was one of those weird 4-1 losses, I'd say fair enough. Like City, on the field better than us, and look, we'll take the loss. But there's just no fight from this Liverpool team, and they don't look like they want to fight. And then you go into, I think even Mo spoke about it. I think after the game, in terms of, oh, we're gonna, we know this season's been poor. We're gonna fight next season. It's like, no, fight this season. Like, this season isn't over for Liverpool. Like, there's a genuine chance you can get something from this season in terms of European qualification. But again, the players don't see that. They're like, oh, this season's done and dusted. Where they're not fighting for any trophies. We'll have Europa League, we'll have Champions League, whatever. But that's the thing for me, it's so annoying in that aspect of things as well. But how can we still believe in him when he keeps doing the same things over and over again? How many humiliations do you want us to take before enough becomes enough for you? Yeah, but then in saying that, Albert, again, who do you want? Like, that's the thing. They're saying, oh, how many? Who do you want at the minute? Do you genuinely think that someone could come in right now and fix this club? Who? Who's on the market right now that could come in and fix Liverpool? There's nobody at the moment, at this present moment in time, with this way this Liverpool squad is. Who do you think could come in? There's nobody. There's nobody good enough than Jurgen Klopp. And it's like I said, allow him next season to rebuild. And again, this is the thing. People want short-term success. It's like, oh, we're going to do it like a Chelsea situation. That this is going to take 2 years probably before Liverpool are fighting and like competing at the top yet again. It'll obviously next season we're hoping for a boost in terms of potentially being similar where United are at the moment. But Liverpool aren't going to be, we're not going to be sixth, seventh, eighth this season and then just go straight up and compete with City again. That's not going to happen. Liverpool need at least 2 summers to properly compete and rechange the whole squad. Like that's how long it's going to take. And if the same problems are occurring next season with new players, then I'd say fair enough. But for right here, right now, I don't know what much more you want. Again, it's not great, it's not nice. And I'm saying, look, Liverpool, it's not like Liverpool losing week in, week out and having shite performances week in, week out. But what's annoying is the fact that it's the same players that we're working with time in, time out again. We shouldn't be bringing on Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner. Again, we shouldn't be doing that, but we have to because that's the way the position that the club is at. And that's the thing. Again, there's nobody at the moment that could come in and fix Liverpool at the moment, in my opinion. Like, there's no one that could come in and do anything. If Jurgen was to go now, like we're speaking about, we don't want this to happen, we don't want that to happen. Liverpool would be in a far worse position if Jurgen Klopp was to go tomorrow, for example. A far worse position. But yeah, that's just my thoughts anyway. Again, but City have miles on the clock as well at Brian, and not an excuse. No more Milner, Ox, Naby, Jones, Mello, not fit enough to wear the shirt. Absolutely agree. Especially after Mello. I'm really fuming what he did today. Yeah, but look at the bench last few years as well. That's the talk though, isn't it? Like Liverpool arguably had the best starting 11 probably in Europe over the last 2, 3, 4 years. That if we're talking squad, you are probably talking City having the best squad. But yeah, I agree. Assuming he was told before the World Cup that no one was coming in, why did he buy Gakpo instead of two midfielder? I don't think there was anyone available for the right price. We know Liverpool don't go after mad signings. Like look at what's his name? I forgot who he is. The Moroccan midfielder, Amrabat. There you go. Amrabat, I think, might have been a good addition for Liverpool. But Florentino was talking around 50 million euros. You're not going to be paying 50 million euros for Amrabat, who I think is available for a free in the summer. I think, or he might be available for like 20 million, something like that. You're not going to pay out the odds just after World Cup. And again, I think with Gakpo, it was a little bit different as well with the fact where I think we would have signed him in the summer, similar with like Luis Diaz, for example. Like we would have got Luis Diaz in the summer, but because Tottenham wanted Luis Diaz, we had to act. And the same with Gakpo. You look at United, you look at Chelsea, who was looking around them. I think Liverpool had to act. I agree, though. I think Liverpool should have gone after a midfielder. I don't think Liverpool should have gone for an attacker. But Aaron's saying, good afternoon. I'm Klopp in, but we have to ask the question, does Klopp have the hunger for a rebuild? I'd say yes. But again, that hunger can go out very, very quickly, especially if he's not given the players that he wants. Again, he spoke about it yesterday. It's on the Shorts channel as well, or the Shorts page on the channel. Where he said that Liverpool have had positive talks over summer signings, and things look good at the moment. Again, it'd be nice to know who on, but it's the fact that, again, I have a bad feeling. If we don't get Champions League, I just have a bad feeling. But this summer is the final judgment. We'll know how serious we are getting back to the top as well. Absolutely. And if the owners are not serious enough to do it, then it is a little bit like that. It's like, what is the point? What is the point? Because you look at the, I'm not going to say glory years, but you look at Liverpool's success over the last couple of years, and look at the crucial players in that. Obviously Virgil, Ali, Mo, the spine of the team. Liverpool's spine at the moment is all over the place, and it's like it's like a team has no identity at the moment. And can you rebuild that? Of course you can, but with the right players. But will the owners give the right players? Who knows? But we should be able to have rotation if we wasn't so passive in the window strains on top to many players, far too comfortable at negligent. I think it's negligent at the highest order. We look at United. I always think you're looking at United is the best way to look at it, and I hate looking at United because they destroyed our childhood in terms of winning everything. But you look at when they won their first league title, or when they won, I think was it the 06-07 title, I think it was, and then look at their 08-09 title winning season. Completely different squad. I had some of the top stars, but it wasn't complete. Like you look at one point, they had Berbatov, Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo. Again, Liverpool have had that in terms of again Mane, Salah, Firmino, Jota, but they've seemed to just add on to the quality. Liverpool haven't done that. We've done it in the attacking area, I think, with obviously Luis Diaz coming in, Gakpo, Jota, Darwin as well. But you have to add in every area. You have to add in defence. You have to add in midfield. Again, we haven't bought a proper midfielder in the door, like a first teamer, since 2020 with Thiago. And the last one from that was when we brought in Naby and Fabinho in 2018. But again, that's not good enough. It's shocking in that regard. But Klopp deserves another season, in my opinion. If it's the same again next season, then I think Klopp will leave. Again, maybe. Jack agreed our lack of movement in the market 2 years ago is catching up today. Yeah, it is 100%. Again, we talk about the COVID windows and that. Like again, Liverpool should have bought a midfielder two summers ago. So it's as simple as that. We absolutely don't behave. Believe in midfielder. I want Henderson, Fabinho sold. We absolutely have behave midfielder. I don't know what there. I want Henderson. And Fabinho sold. There we go. If my brain can actually read. Sorry, chat. I'm still convinced we have 3 new starting mids next season. Yeah, I agree. The hope would be Jude Bellingham, Manuel Ugarte, and who else? Matthias Nunes, maybe? Matthias Nunes, Marcus Thuram, Manuel Kone as well. There's so many good midfielders out there. For me, I don't want Liverpool becoming a technical midfield. I want Liverpool back 17, 18, 19, 20. That midfield being like a loose, a loose cannon everywhere, all over the pitch. And I want that midfield back. But unfortunately, at the moment, we're not that midfield. And that's for me what we have to go back to. We have to go back to the chaotic midfield who would be everywhere, be forward, back, side to side, everywhere. Allow Trent and Robbo to bomb up and down the field. That's what we need. And again, obviously, I think we'll do a video on Trent in midfield because I think a lot of people have different thoughts and opinions on that as well. What else we have as well? 55% of people don't think we're going to get any European football. I did not expect that. He's free, I think. Who's this? Who's on a free? Bri? I don't know what you're on about. Gakpo's quality, in my opinion, he just doesn't have a team around him to get the best out of him. That's the thing. And again, you can't really rate Cody Gakpo's season for Liverpool because this season's been a write-off. I think in certain things, I think Gakpo. I think there's certain situations where Gakpo's good at. Like, look at today, like in certain aspects where he was like breaking through, City's midfield, and that was good. But then what I didn't get was we've played Cody Gakpo down the middle for forever now, and then when Darwin and Bobby come on, we were like, oh yeah, Gakpo go on the left. What? Like, again, I just think we just try things just to see how it goes as well. But Albert says at least the new manager won't insist on playing Trent as a fullback, giving Milner a new contract, consistently starting Elliott, and on and on. But then again, who is they? Like, and you're saying a new manager who's at this present moment in time, there's no manager out there that is, available, in my opinion, anyway. But thanks for at least agree. Thanks for at least agreeing that Clary Lukaku was wrong timing. Yeah, again, it was just the fact that Liverpool had to do it. Obviously, I think if you want to go, I think it was on the Athletic. I think if anyone wants to go and read it on Gakpo, I think James Pierce mentioned the fact that Liverpool have been looking at Cody Gakpo since 2013. So if the data analysis team think that he's the one, then again, I think people are fine for that. Jota's lost his acceleration. He's so limited now as well. Jack says 30 games without a goal for Jota. That speaks volumes. Yeah, it does. Even on Mo's goal, I thought he messed up. It was good composure in some sense, but he lost the ball. Like it looks good because Mo scored, but it wasn't good in the sense of he buggered it up practically. And as well, we want to speak about Mo's passing as well. I don't know what he needs to learn how to pass. Like Liverpool could have been 2-0 up as well, but again, sorry I worded that terribly. No, it's fine. Again, it's probably me reading it terribly as well. To be fair, Bayern 2 up as well. BVB bottling it. Are they really? Jesus Christ. Obviously, Bayern's got that effect going on. Villa 1-0 up as well. Bloody hell. Gakpo needs time too. Exactly. Absolutely. Again, that's the thing. We've all become accustomed to it, me included, in terms of we've seen how good Luis Diaz was at the start of his Liverpool career. So every signing should be like that. Every signing should be like what Luis Diaz was for Liverpool. Just completely get used to the system. Liverpool, blah blah blah, and it works perfectly. It doesn't work like that for everyone. Luis Diaz was special in that regard as well. And again, in speaking about Luis Diaz, by God, he needs to be ready for next week. Like again, I know we can't rush him back, but having him back will be such a relief. And I think when he does come back, I think Liverpool go 4-2-3-1 more permanently. Even though it didn't work out today and it was absolutely shite, I just think that he plays 4 attackers now for the rest of the season. I don't know why, but we'll have to see. And again, we've got Chelsea on, what was it, Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere around there. But yeah, again, this week's going to be horrific. Seriously though, none of this keeping the likes of Henderson and Fabinho as squad players. They're not good enough anymore. I generally think Fabinho and Henderson become the 5th and 6th choice midfielder if things go Liverpool's way this summer. But again, will they is another thing. If we wanted Gakpo in the summer, why not bring him in 6 months earlier when United were after him? Yeah, exactly. But still, that was the thing. I think if nobody was seriously interested, to be fair though, Brian, it wasn't even United who were the ones after him mainly. Chelsea. Chelsea were looking at him because they were like, oh yeah, we'll take all of the Eredivisie attacking players, and we'll get this and that, and that's what it was. But if Diaz wasn't injured, this all looks very different. Possibly, yeah, very possibly. We are so one-dimensional that without Darwin on the left, yeah. Again, I don't know why he wasn't brought on earlier on, for being honest, with you guys at least anyway. But Bayern 3-0 up as well. Jesus Christ, Dortmund in the mud. But again, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts as well. Let's have a look at the poll. 50% of people think that Liverpool won't get any European football. I know there's only 12 votes, but again, Liverpool, 12, when you're looking at like that 12%, not 12%, sorry, 50% no European football, 25%, 25% saying Europa League, 16% saying Champions League, and 8% Conference League. I'm glad the fact that we're in like this bracket of like either Europa League or like no Champions League or any European football at all. I like that. To be fair, but you know, again, it is abysmal at the moment. I want to see a three of the years Darwin and Salah for 5 or 6 games. I think we'll possibly get that. Again, though, it'll be interesting to see what happens next season, like what we do in terms of system wise, because I don't think we stick for the 4-3-3. I think we moved to a 4-2-3-1. Again, I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. Europa League, in my opinion, obviously, do you really want to play in Europa League? No, but is it financially okay for the club? Not really, obviously, because it's Champions League. But again, if the club had the choice between Europa League and no European football at all, they'll pick Europa League, 1,000%. In my opinion, no, I don't want any European football unless it's Champions League. Again, I think we can joke and say, "Oh, it's a new competition to win." We never won it in the Jurgen Klopp. Like, Jesus Christ, it will do my head in. But as Aaron said, no, Albert, I'd prefer to miss European football altogether. I think all of us are in that bracket as well, Aaron as well. But guys, I am going to leave it there for tonight anyway. Big thank you to all of you guys in the chat as well. Look, I don't think I could have said much more about Liverpool's shite performance against Man City. Sorry, again, City on the field were better than Liverpool. Again, off the field, and I haven't spoken about this, but in terms of off the field, their fans are just an absolute pile of freaking knobheads. If you guys know, you'll know. Certainly what they were singing and chanting. I think Man City have also put a statement out on that regard. Again, just a pile of fucking knobheads. I think that's the best word to use as well. Anyway, but yeah, not worth it. Ruins your season, yeah, absolutely. Cheers, mate, as well as Aaron and Brian saying cheers, Connor, as well. Yeah, big up to you guys as well. We might be live tomorrow. Maybe we might try and get a few of the others to speak about this abysmal mess and how bad this season has truly gotten. Anyway, but if we don't, of course, we'll be live on Monday for either a news episode or a match preview show. Anyway, but again, I'll let you guys know. Of course, check out the community tab. And also as well, if anyone wants to join the Discord as well, we have Discord. It is in the description down below. I think it's the last link, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is. Yeah, if anyone wants to join the Discord, again, remind you when we go live, we talk about, again, there's a chat for multiple things like YouTube, Liverpool stuff, and all other stuff as well. Anyway, but until next time, guys, that's going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the Cup Council. I'll see you all later. Ta-ra.